not, probably 3 to 4 years we can work and then I'll get some experience. And that experience will help me to become another Steve Jobs or another Bill Gates or whatever. And that was a simple cue to dream I had. So I came and landed Bangalore. So that's what I mean by question, that are we making a life or are we really dreaming? So if I talk about this, so next question we have is, are we having a purpose or are we having a mission? I mean, are we having a purpose or mission, or are we directionless altogether? That's the first question I'd ask. And then, are you living a life of your choice, or you are not living a life of your choice is the next question. If I put it across, so slides are not visible it seems. So, are you living a life of your choice? If not, then my last question I'll have is, why not? So first I'll ask you 4 questions. Are you making time, or are you making a life? Second, are we having a purpose and mission, or is it directionless? Correct? And second, are you living a life of your choice? If not, why not is the next question. Think upon it for some time. So these are 4 questions I'll definitely ask you first before we go further. And take some time, take 1 minute to think about these 4 questions I said. Because if you don't think about these 4 questions, what will happen is this webinar will be just a waste of time for you. Why? Because if you don't think about this question, so when I was very new in Bangalore, I started thinking about this question. Am I really making a life? Because I started going to office first few months, let me tell you, I was very excited about my job. As a matter of not only months, for first 2 years I was excited about my job because I was a techie guy, I was doing circuit designing and life was thrilling. You know what? I used to go just office at any time I used to go and I used to return home late night. Why? I used to learn a lot many things. But after 2 to 3 months or almost 2 years later, I found that this is not what I want to do. I mean, let me be very honest. It's not that I was not enjoying, but deep within the answer came, no, this is not what I'm doing. I mean, this is not what I came to Bangalore for. And that's where soul searching question started. Secondly, I tell you, 5 deadly assumptions which most of us can see. The slides are given to you. The first assumption which most of us have is, I don't have a dream. That's the question comes when I don't have a dream. Because what is dream? When I ask to question to people say, I don't have a dream. I'm having my small life. Now, is that what is life? I don't think so. This is the biggest assumption all of us have, that I do not have a dream. Second assumption, deadly assumption of our future is, I have to invent my dreams. It means I have to take dream from somebody else. That is another deadly assumption. Third, deadly assumption is, I have a dream, but it's not that important. It's okay if it's there, who cares? Fourth, I have a dream, but someday I'll do something for it. You know, always listen, right? I meet a lot of people, they say, I'm trying to do something, I'm planning to do something. As if planning will help them to do something in future really. So only planning cannot help. Last, I had a dream, but now I'm too old or something like that. So how it starts, I'll give you a very simple journey. Typically, you start your career by the age of what? 18 years you complete if you are from an English medium background, you'll complete your 10 plus 2 by 18 years and then take any professional course 4 years, which is 22 years now. And nowadays professional course only engineering or only BTech cannot help. So most of us prefer masters, and some of them who are really competitive, they may prefer higher studies after masters also. But take till masters if I go, that means 18 years, 10 plus 2, 4 years any professional course, then 2 years or 3 years for masters. How much we are talking about? 18 plus 4 plus 3. We are talking about 25 years by now. It means by the age of 25 you have come and now you are just leaving from your college. So what we do typically, I tell you, first 2 to 3 years, most of us who come to any metro city, they want to explore the world. You got salary, the salary is more, your expenditures are less, they want to roam around the world. If you're in South Zone, you will go to Ooty, Coorg, you will go to all Wayanad, all the nearby places just to explore. And if you're in North India, you'll go to all Manali, Kulu, you'll go to all these places because that's how your first salary is more, your expenses are less. Then, by the time 2 to 3 years goes, most of the time your hormonal changes will happen. Some of them hormonal changes are in college days itself. You have a girlfriend and you get married. Some of them will get eventually here. And you start. And all of us have some small passions. Some of them may have a passion in cricket. Some of them may have a passion in music. Some of them have a passion in dance. Something like that. You know what is happening by now? You're just going through it. And your age is now, by now, 27, 28. And you're married. And obviously what happens, marriage means again there's the honeymoon period, 2 to 3 years goes by and more or less by that time social pressure will come and most of you will end up having a kid. And then society will pressurize you, you'll have a house also. Actually by the age of 30, 31, all your wings are now cut. So you are in debt, you have kids, you have family. Now the only thing you can do is a mundane life. That is what most of the time people happens. The first few years we think we'll do later. Someday I'll do my dream, someday I'll chase my passion. But some of them are really different. They don't get into any of this trap. They straight away leave their college and they start their business. But I was not one of them. So for people like me, what do we do? So when I saw this, I said this is the biggest myth you'll have. Then facts about a dream. Let me tell you one biggest fact about a dream. This is very important. Some of you can relate. First thing first, a big dream or any dream as a matter of fact always looks overwhelming. Take an example. Assuming you play guitar right now, just take an example, and as far as it was just practicing and playing guitar is there, no problem. What if tomorrow you want to cut out music out of it, not just copying somebody's song, you have to cut out your own song and you have to become a musician. Now the game changes. Now it is no more passion only. You really have to discipline yourself. 6-7 hours you have to put in, practice, day in, day out, and that's where the big problem comes. So it means it will be always overwhelming. And the best part I will tell you, no matter what is your dream, you might be a technical person, you might be a non-technical person, or whatever is your dream, one thing is for sure, your current ability cannot take you to your dream. So always your dreams are overwhelming. Second point, big dream is aimed at meeting some big purpose. Any big dream you have, let's say, talk about any big organizations, a big dream will always meet some big purpose. Third point, it's never too late to act on your dream. When I say it's never too late, whichever day you decide, so let's say your age is 50 right now, your life is still there, I'm telling you. A life fighting for your dream and dying is much better than a life waiting for your death. Trust me. I repeat again, a life fighting for a dream and dying is 1,000 times better than a life waiting for a death. It's most important. Third line, think back what you wanted when you left your college. Now when I say what you wanted, that is something which is very, very different. Most of us will think in terms of technicality. I repeat again, most of us will think in terms of technicality. What do I mean by that? I am an IITian, I am supposed to work technical. That is what I mean by technicality. I am a lawyer, so I am supposed to be a lawyer. That's what I mean by technicality. So what most of us do is, when I say think back what you wanted to live your life, nobody ever sits and envision a future of their own. They only envision, okay, I'll do this. Nobody thinks about their life. That's the biggest tragedy. So I today encourage you, start visualizing what sort of life you want in terms of money, in terms of your family, in terms of your relationship, in terms of your health, in terms of your vacations, all those things. Start thinking. And then, the last one, if at all we have to achieve our dream, initially, the best part I'll tell you. Why this last line I have written for you is very, very important. The reason I have put down this line is, because if you think, let's say today, say I want to become Amitabh Bachchan, immediately next question will become, how will I become? Problem is, yes, how will come? No problem. But first let us conceive the brain. If not, I'll tell you, no innovation which is existing today would have come if from day one they would have thought about the how part. Innovations are coming when somebody is clear about the why part. Then automatically the how part will come. There's some five most important facts. So I repeat again the facts. Fact number one, dreams are always overwhelming. This is the first thing. Second, big dreams solve big purpose. I'll come to it. Third, it's never too late to put action to your dreams and think back to your college days, what you wanted to live your life like. And the last most important thing which I said, if you have to achieve your dream, initially do not worry about your how part. Now let me help you with six. This initial part I am trying to give you some thought around your life. Next, I can give you now 6 questions to help you identify your dream. Typically, this is coming from this slide. If I talk about this slide, right? I don't have a dream. I have to invent my dream. Then I have a dream, but it's not that important. And then I have a dream, but someday I'll do. This is where I am coming from. So see this slide, which I'm talking about 6 questions to help you identify your dream. Question number 1. This is very, very funny. When I say this, people actually give crazy answers. First question I ask, who do you admire the most? So people give me quite funny answers. They say, I admire Narendra Modi. I said, great, but what are you doing for it? Narendra Modi is fighting hard. He's fighting hard 20 hours a day. What are you doing for it sitting in front of television? Okay. Somebody said, I admire Sachin Tendulkar. I said, great, but what are you doing for it? He is playing cricket. He is practicing morning 5 o'clock till evening. What are you doing? Eating burger and thinking I admire Tendulkar. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. This is the biggest question. Because people have crazy ideas. They think, okay, this is the person I admire. What if you can admire somebody whom you can follow? That is the first thing I want. Think upon it. Second thing, what makes you feel most fulfilling? So let me come to these two questions first. Whom do I admire? I admire, obviously, I wanted to become a person like Amitabh Bachchan, but obviously I have nobody to mentor me in the direction. I admire Narendra Modi as well, but I don't waste my time watching about politics and all. Because why? That is his work, he's doing a good job, why should I waste my time? Then, eventually, when I was in my corporate world, I started looking for role models. Trust me, I did not found even one role model. Why? Steve Jobs, I do not know him. Bill Gates, I do not know him. Because things which you read in paper and in reality are different. So I was aware till my director level because I have seen my director, but I didn't know anybody beyond. But that's why time frame. I remember in 2008, I came across somebody who opened the door for me, and he eventually became my role model. On what basis did I choose him? For simple reason. I can go to his house. I saw the life he was living. He was living a life of purpose. What do I mean by that? I'll give you 3 to 4 traits of him. First trait he was having a huge crowd following, not just a fan following. Big difference. There's a fan following and the people who really want to follow you and become a better person. Let's say Amitabh Bachchan has fan following. That doesn't help. But I got inspired by a person named as Ankur. Now he was not having a fan following only. He was having following where he was impacting the world for a better cause. I met the person Kashyap and I admire him a lot. You know why? He is a person of value, he is a person of ethic, and he was training a lot of people in his weekend when apart from his job. By the way, he had more than 15 patents. And he was so NIT Rourkela, and across him I said, when I can find this him as a role model, I can admire him. Why? At least if I admire him, he can handhold me and he can say, Vijay, this is what I did to become what I am today, and I can teach you. I found this sort of inspiration. This sort of inspirations are rare to do. As a matter of fact, if you observe, I can help you with this example. Why it happens that an IAS officer's son generally becomes IAS officer, a doctor's son majorly becomes a doctor. Why? Because he has a person to admire and he follows him, it goes through. Problem with all virtual admiration is you can just get inspired. You can have a fan of it. I'm a fan of Narendra Modi, but what can I do becoming a doctor? Then I have to also get into BJP. I also have to work hard for 20 hours. Then I can say, yes, I want to become like Narendra Modi. But if you're not doing any of this thing, becoming inspiration like this is very dangerous. That's the biggest mistake we all of us do. So I was lucky that in 2008, God opened the door for me and I found somebody whom I can admire and he can handhold me and make me successful like he was. Second thing, what makes you most fulfilled? What I found in Kashyap and Ankur was, what they were doing was really fulfilling. They were training people in leadership, they were inspiring people, they were making people financially free. I got really inspired because I was thinking at that one time, I will one day open, see the word we use was one day I'll become a software company owner, one day. That one day I was also thinking that one day I will become an entrepreneur running a company. But that one day was never in the calendar. And when I met Kashyap and Ankur, what I found was they are like beautiful people. They were really doing something, they had a job, and along with the job, they were setting up a business and they're inspiring a lot of people, and not all that much. They were making people independent. Now think, I give you 2 options today. Option number 1, you create a company and give job to people. That's the best option. Just doing job, this is the second best option. But I'll give you another option. Don't give job to people. Empower them so that they can become self-sufficient. Take an example. I was working in Qualcomm and my technology-driven work was there. So I'm dependent upon Qualcomm to get my salary. What if Qualcomm would have made me partner and he would have made me something to do, run a business so that I can also become partnership. That is what I meant by that somebody who can empower people to become entrepreneur. So I found these 2 reasons that I got admired and I found this is fulfilling. If people tomorrow, 10 years or 20 years later, if I can empower 500 families to earn their bread and butter without me, trust me, I will die peacefully. I can say my purpose of life is solved. Amazing purpose, by the way. Third point which I wanted to show you today is what I felt to call to do. Now this is a question which will not come. It looks like a religious question. Is it my calling? See, I tried electronic engineering. I was good in it, but deep within I was not visualizing electrons. So I found this is not my calling. I was doing good job, no doubt in it. I tried coding also for some time. I didn't find it my calling. I am doing it. I am a competitive person. I can succeed also. But that was not my calling. How do you know it is your calling? I'll tell you. If you are passionate about it, the morning you wake up and you're excited about it, then I'm telling you that's your calling. Please continue doing it. But if you're not, only motivation factor deep within is salary, then trust me, that is not your calling. You may realize it at the age of 50 and that will be nothing but a regret. And I was really lucky. I was very honest with myself. Because see, I'm not telling you to answer me. Answer to yourself. That's the most important. Fourth point. What sort of legacy you want to create? Very, very important. What sort of legacy you want to create? When they say legacy, see, I was working in Qualcomm, or I work in Intel, or work in Texas Instrument. I can really have a lot of resumes on my name. But tomorrow, if I die, these degrees will die with me, my MD post will die with me, everything will die with me. That is not a legacy. I wanted to create some legacy. Think upon that. What legacy you want to create for yourself, for your children, for grandchildren. This can help you. These 6 questions can help you. Now, this 6th question, I'll tell you, write it down. I'm not expecting you that you can answer them right now. It may be a long question. Thank God I've done it on Friday. You have a weekend to think upon it. 4th question. If you don't find any of these answers by now, interview 3 people. Sit with them. Now, those 3 people, the problem is this. That's why I asked you, right? If you are admired by let's say you are admired by John Maxwell, or you're admired by any of these people whom you cannot meet, then whom do you interview? So, if you can admire somebody who you want to become like, sit with him on a weekend and ask him 2 to 3 questions. Ask him what sort of life you can be the right person. What sort of dream you are living right now. Last question. The last most important question is, many times we think, I don't have resources. Some say I don't have skill sets. Assume I give you enough money, infinite money. What would you do? Probably this 6th question can help you answer your thing. So let me revise again before we go further. So I started with this soul searching question. Are you making time or are you making a life? That's what I started with. Second question I asked you is, are we having a purpose and a mission, or it is just a life which is directionless? Now when I say directionless, trust on me, all of us have a goal. But what goal we have? Only career goal. What about a life goal? What about a family goal? Most of us don't have. Then are you having a life of your choice? Now that's a question you have to answer yourself. You can impress me with anything, but you are with yourself today. Be very relaxed and ask yourself, are you living a life of your choice? If not, why not? That's where I started with. Then I told you 5 deadly assumptions which most of us carry. The first assumption is, I don't have a dream. Second assumption was, I have to invent my dream. I don't have a dream, so I have to invent. Third thing, I have a dream, but it's not important. Fourth one was, I have a dream, but I have to do someday. That someday is not existing in your calendar, let me tell you. I have a dream, but it's too late. Then we talk about facts about a dream. Dream is overwhelming. Second thing we talk, a big dream is aimed at fulfilling a big cause. It's never too late to act on a dream. Go back to your college and think what sort of life you wanted to live. If all you have to achieve your dream, initially don't worry about the how part. Then I talk about the 6 questions you already covered. Now let me take you phases. Assuming you got through these phases, so let me tell you what exactly I did. So in 2008, when I did this questions answer, I found one day I want to become 3 to 4 things. I wrote it down. I want to become a person of influence. I want to create a legacy where my children can be proud that my father created something which is sustainable without him. Third thing I wanted was, I wanted to write a lot of books. I wanted to create employment for people. And I wanted to live a life of significance. Those things I wrote it down. So it looks very good in paper, right? Kushi, how do you do it? That's a big challenge. For that, you need an opportunity first. Correct? Because just an idea is vague. You need an opportunity also. So I'll give you today 5 phases which every entrepreneur or any dream, anything you can take. You want a career promotion, you will go through the same phase. You want to get married to a girl, same phase. You want to go to any phase. You want to raise your kids, you will go through the same phase. The phases are same. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just a generic 5 phases which you have to go through. The first phase is known as comfort zone. So I've given you 5 phases to go through. One is comfort zone. Just go through it. Second is borderland. Third one is wasteland. And fourth one is small success. Fifth one, you have to go through this phase is giants. And I'll talk one by one, step by step. First, comfort zone. What is a comfort zone? First thing first, what is a comfort zone? It's a cozy quilt of our relationships. That's the first point. What I mean by that, you have set up something. Let's say when I came from IIT, I was secure in my job, 2 years I did, and everything was set. Now the only thing I have to do is most time go and work. First 2 years it was really a lot of learning. After that what happens? Things are in autoplace. 70% things you are doing without even worrying too much. Maximum 10 to 20% things will change and you can manage. That's a comfortable, cozy relationship. Then obviously padding of routines. So you have routine, everything is fixed. You wake up at this time, you go to this. It looks very beautiful initially, to be very, very honest. It looks like. Then security fence of an acceptable behavior. You have security now. Okay, I can leave to the office, you can go, everything feels secure to you. That's what is comfort zone. And it's a still mess. When I say still mess, MESH is what I'm talking about. I'm not about mess, MESS. It's a still mess of your past success and failures. Now, let me take you step by step. So, problems of comfort zone. And then I'll take you as an example. So, comfort zone, we already defined what happens in comfort zone. What is the problem? First problem of comfort zone is you will always have a limited choice. That's the first thing. Second, desire for comfort is the enemy of our dream. Why? Most important, dreams are never in a comfort zone. So the moment you want to become comfortable, forget your dream. Gone. Dream is gone. Third most important thing, problem of dream of the comfort zone is habits, which limits. Another problem of comfort zone is life becomes mundane. Last most problem, and you're just an ordinary life. That's the problem with comfort. Quite boring, isn't it? That's what it is. So myths of comfort zone. Now let me tell you two simple myths of comfort zone. Now I told you, right, if you want to do something new, so why people are in comfort zone? Because human being by nature cannot handle things which are not in his control. Check it out. If you are not sure, I can give you a live example. Take an example. You are going on a road and suddenly dark things come up. What will happen now? You do not know what is there. You will be so panic struck that you do not know what to do for that. You may just stand there. That's the problem. So most of us, that's the reason we cannot handle uncertainty. We want certainty. Assure me first. Give me assurance first. Give me assurance first. I'll move further. So two biggest myth of comfort zone. Since I feel fear, so let's take an example. You wanted to do something, and so if you want to try something, because obviously there will be fear. So if you, what do you think? First thing, if I'm having fear, probably this is not what I'm supposed to do. I'll give a live example. So in 2008 time frame, I was working in Qualcomm at that time, and I was very good in circuit designing. So for that, I was having no fear. What will happen at max? If something fails, I know client mail will come, and we knew we can fix it out in the next 2 hours or 3 hours. But when I started my venture, suddenly it's a totally different game. No matter what's the venture, technical venture or non-technical venture. Last webinar of mine, I have already covered that. So 3 personalities are talking about. The moment I started my venture, everything was new. Now I have to build organizations, I have to talk to people, I have to build out multiple things I have to do. And it was totally uncomfortable. I was fearful. When can I do it? Can I do this? Or can I do can I do this or not? Whatever. All sorts of fear started plaguing my mind. What was the problem of that? The biggest problem was, first thing I assumed, probably this is not what I'm supposed to do. This is the biggest myth you'll have. And the last myth is because you're having fear, so you don't want to move further. So what happens is, I cannot move further until the fear goes away. And that's a myth which most of people are stuck in their comfort zone. So fear. Now fear is a dual-edged sword. I can tell you it's a very difficult thing. Fear is good, by the way. Fear is bad also. It's a duality. Fear has a duality. Good and bad. So let's talk about natural. Fear is first a natural response of which a human being, whenever it perceives a threat, that's a natural response, fear will come. Is it good? Yes. Some fears are good. But the fears are like barbed wire. It's like a wall. It has in front of you. It stops your view. You cannot see anything and you're scared now. That is fear. Some fears are good. There is a fear of height. It is good. So you're careful. Fear of snakes. Very good. I mean, you don't want to kill yourself. Those fears are good. But fear of uncertainty, fear of something, of failing is a dangerous fear because that is stopping you to limit. It is limiting your growth. That fear, actually you should adapt to. You should start kissing that fear. That's what I want first, and that's what I learned. Now, I wrote a very good line for you. Observe the first line. Courage is not the absence of fear. I repeat again. Courage is not the absence of fear. Rather, it's choosing to act despite of fear. Listen carefully again. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's choosing to act despite of fear. That is what is courage. Now, without fear, how can you test your courage? Some people say, I'm courageous. Okay, let's do something new. Oh, no, this I will not do. How do you test your courage? During genuine fear, you test your courage. So fear is a double-edged sword. Now, what is the good news? If you can break this fear, your comfort zone will increase. Now, comfort zone is like a rubber. No? You stretch it, and once you stretch it, it cannot be the same size. Check it out. Anything you stretch, it cannot be the same size. So let me give you an example. In 2008 and in 2019, let me tell you what all things I have stretched in my life. One part is technical, this is good. I have worked for 30 years in corporate world in technicality, that is fine. Technical exposure I have grown. But today, what my IIT did not taught me was public speaking. First, so I am not having fear of talking to people now. Second, I have no fear of talking to strangers anymore. I can talk to anybody. I have no fear of looking embarrassed. Initially, I was so conscious. What will people think about me? I don't care. Who cares? Let them think what they want to think. I will do what is the right thing to do. But trust me, when I was just in job and I was having a lot of fear. Very important. So, breakthrough for comfort zone increases further. So now my comfort zone is expanded. Things which were bothering me in 2008, why 2008? It's 11 years old. Let's take 2017. What bothered me in 2017 is not bothering me now. So my comfort zone has actually area that is increased. Second point, you'll become comfortable with more and more different things. Third point, which I've covered, is dream needs a person in motion. Why I said you? Remember this. Now, this is the point which I want to explain right now. Go into detail. So when I say the GPS of a dream, what I meant by is this. Let's say today I'm standing here, okay? No matter what is your dream is far there and you cannot see the path, you do not know anything else. So you will go to 5 different phases I've already covered. The one was comfort zone, and by the time you break this comfort zone, if you go through this phases, you go through comfort zones, and now you come to borderland. And this all things are inspired by a very inspiring book, which I'll refer in the end. So by now we have gone through comfort zone. So what happens? So whenever you try to take any decisions, first thing will cripple you is your fear. So you have a lot of fear and you think, man, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. All those of fears. So I have found majority of the people stop their dream there itself. Why? Because what they think, if I'm comfortable, then only I can fulfill my dream. What they don't understand ever in their life is, no matter what dream you take, you have to go beyond your comfort zone. That's what is the first point we discussed. After comfort zone, the problem is this. Now let's take an example of what exactly happens. Now I am not an isolated human being. I have a lot of wires connected to me. One wire is of my spouse. One wire is of my kid. One wire is of my parents. So I'm not an isolated person in the world, right? I have a lot of connections. I have parents, I have spouse, I have family, I have my office work, I have multiple friends. All those parameters are also attached to me. Isn't it? How it is possible? Why India-Pakistan tussle is happening? Imagine India and Pakistan both would have been developed countries. They would have no time to fight. That's what Canada and it happened, right? North America and South America. That's what they did. Both are growing countries. They don't fight. So what it means is, suddenly you got a dream, you got an aspiration. Problem is around you. What happened to them? So now you have broken your comfort zone. You thought, man, I will do something around my dream. I have to do something for my aspiration. But what about your people around you? That's where the problem begins. That's where the borderland comes. So in borderland, what happens? You'll be crippled by fear because there are a lot of people who are also scaring you. First, you yourself are not sure, and they also start scaring you. Let's take an example when I started my venture. First fear was, will my venture work? I myself was really not sure about it. Second fear, do I have the abilities? I was not sure about it. Do I have skill set? I was not sure about it. See, first I am not sure about anything, but I still want to pursue. And on top of it, when I am pursuing, I am making uncomfortable people around me also. So what is the first question my wife will ask? Are you sure about it? No, I am myself not sure. What do I say? I said, yeah, we'll do. We'll definitely do. I am trying to do. And there's a time frame, some of them in the borderland, I say them as the borderland bullies. So in borderland, you'll find two sort of things. One is borderland bullies and one is borderland boosters. If you're lucky, you'll find some boosters. But if you're not lucky, you will not find any boosters. You will only find borderland bullies. Now, who are bullies and who are buddies? Let me explain to you. First of all, why do bullies exist? As I told you, right? Bullies exist because you are trying to make them uncomfortable. Now, let's say if I quit my job today and start my business, do you think my wife will be impacted? Absolutely. My kids will be impacted? Absolutely. So, is their fear genuine or not? Absolutely, their fear is genuine. And whenever you start something new, there will be fear. And that's the problem. So, first happens, people around your comfort zone, they have their own set of fears. And that's where the all struggle begins. And they catch at the vulnerable point. Why? Initially, I am myself not sure. And they start giving you more directions, more fear. What will happen? You'll get more and more fears. Third point. When you start working, you know what is the third point will happen? Third point is actually you get your clarity. When people start asking questions. So I thought I'll do one day a dream. I had a dream to become an entrepreneur. I had a dream to quit my job in the next 3 to 4 years. I want to be self-sustainable. So my wife started asking me questions. My parents started asking me questions. My brother started asking me questions. Are you in the right direction? To be honest, I didn't have answer to all. But one thing I understood, that gave me clarity of my purpose. That gave me clarity that, okay, this is what I accomplished from my dream, and my dream got clarified by the questions they asked me. And what actually do the borderland bullies, when I'm talking about, borderland bullies will ask you some questions. They will, to some extent, they're also having their own set of fears. They don't stop you for a wrong reason, by the way. They have the genuine concerns. And some of them will have bad reason also. Some of them might be competitors. They do not want you to see, they can't see you successful. And those you can also identify very easily. And you are also not worried about. The problem is coming, good intentioned people, when they stop you for your dream, that becomes a problem. That's the first challenge. And they are the difficult most bullies to handle. Because you love them, they love you, they are really serious about the future, and they can understand your dream. That's the problem. These bullies are most difficult to handle, and trust me, irrespective of your dream, you have to go through it. And I'll talk about that in next few slides. In between, if at all you can get some borderland boosters, they are amazing. So I've already talked about who are those borderland bullies. So how to handle those bullies, I told already. You are clear about your answers, what you want. You are very clear. One thing you remember, when you handle these borderland bullies, That point in time, don't worry about the how part, because they will always ask you exact detail. How exactly you're going to do. Trust me, you cannot have all the answers. And I didn't have either. When I started, I did not have all the answers. But one thing I knew for sure. I'll start something. I told them, don't worry about it. I'll make sure things are good. I'll not quit job overnight. I'll work. I'll set up something. Then only I'll think about job. And that's what exactly I did. 2008, I started working on my venture, part-time basis. I started using my Saturday Sundays properly. Slowly built up my business. In 2014, I came out. But it is an I? No. The word I is wrong. It is we. Who is we? I was having a lot of borderland boosters. Who are my boosters? Kashyap was my booster. He came around and he hand-holded. He said, don't worry. I will show you. Now, who is Kashyap? He was already financially free. He was the person who, along with this job, set up a huge business, and he said, I will handhold you and take you through the journey. I said, awesome, Kashyap, I am with you. Then Kashyap and then Ankur came across, and he said, I will also help you. They became a border boosters. So, borderland bullies were there. And it's like, now, tuggle, war of, what is it, the tug of war. So, there are borderland bullies, there are borderland boosters. And unfortunately, initial days, you will not know who the boosters are, to be very, very honest. Because Kashyap and Ankur were not in my life till 2007. I did not even knew who they are. They came across in my life through unknown sources, but God always connects you. Remember one thing. If God has given you desire, God has also given you a way out. The only problem with the way is, it is having a wrapper known as failure. It is having a wrapper known as no. It is having a wrapper which is telling it will not work. It is having a wrapper which is having a fear. This is the wrapper God has given. There is a road for sure, but there is a wrapper also. That's most important. So this is how you handle your bullies. Borderline boosters, I already told you. So who can be the boosters? Mentorship. Some books. I can recommend you some books. I have a list of books in the last slide. They can be borderline boosters. Why? Because you will not know everybody. So I have read a lot of autobiography. I made it a point that every month I will read at least 2 autobiographies to understand the struggle. Irrespective of the domain, every autobiography has one thing in common. They had 10 to 20 years of struggle to achieve their dream. And I started reading autobiographies. Second thing I started reading was, I started reading some self-help books. Very, very important. They say, right, all leaders are leaders. Everybody, you talk about any president, they have a presidential library. You talk about any successful people, they have library. And what do ordinary people have? They have YouTube channels to see YouTube videos. That's all they do. Successful people read and they too. By the way, YouTube has a lot of education videos also. But most of us don't do that. Why? Because we find it boring. That's most important. The borderline boosters, autobiographies, events. You can go through some events. Now that's what I'm telling you, right? You say, I am inspired by Sachin Tendulkar. Now my next question to you will be, are you practicing on a daily basis 5 hours? You say, no, I'm not doing it. Then I said, forget it. Sachin Tendulkar is no more your role model. Find out a role model whom you can follow tomorrow morning so that he can help you become successful. The last and most important thing is mastermind groups. Now, what is a mastermind group? Like-minded people staying together can multiply the idea. Trust on me. Like-minded people staying together can multiply the idea. So I give you borderline boosters. We have talked about 5 things: mentors, association, books, events, mastermind groups. They can be borderline boosters. And now all this thing happens. Now you're ready to take off. It's like, pause, now I'm done. But let me tell you, till now we have discussed the slides. We have not started any venture yet. Till now we have to dilemma phase. So first phase was, I repeat again the starting phase. First phase was comfort zone. Once you cross comfort zone, you yourself are not sure. You have a lot of fears and a lot of other things. By the time you cross it, then you come to borderland. And in borderland, you're seeking the comfort zone of all your surroundings, including your spouse, including your kid and everybody. So once you seek their comfort zone, they are disturbed. So they want to stop you. Wait. Why are you doing it? So they have hundreds of questions. They are known as borderland bullies. Who will be those bullies? Most probably, they will be your inner circle. Parents, spouse, siblings, friends, relatives. They will be your borderline bullies who will they are not against you. They have a lot of questions for you. Some are genuine, some are non-genuine. Doesn't matter. By the time you go to border bullies, if you're lucky, you'll have some border boosters also. So border boosters, some are physically available, some you can buy through books or CDs or any streaming nowadays available. This is the time when you have decided to take off. Till now the business has not started. Now what is the biggest challenge? The biggest challenge is everybody, in my experience, I'm telling you a secret, okay? Note it down. Everybody who start a venture, they think, I will become successful in 1 year. That's the first myth. The first myth is assumption that you will succeed right away. That's the biggest myth. And that's where they fail. First requirement is, I'll tell you what the first. After that comes your best friend. Your best friend is wasteland. And now that is not a happy scenario for all of us. Why? We had fought so much. just to take a decision. Now, once you have taken a decision to move forward, what are you assuming? Man, I will succeed. I will show the world. I am the next Steve Jobs or whatever. And now what the reality you face is you are in a horrible wasteland. Now, what does wasteland mean, by the way? The word waste itself shows it is waste. So wasteland means no matter what you do, you're not getting success. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you a secret. The bigger the wasteland, the bigger the success. I have noted down 4 to 5 successful people's background for you to understand what is wasteland. So first, what does wasteland do? Wasteland is nothing but a lot of efforts, zero results. That's the good news. Second, this is a time when your character is tested. You know, talking is easy. Talking about Tendulkar is easy. Becoming Tendulkar is not easy. Talking about Narendra Modi is very easy. Becoming Narendra Modi is very difficult. Talking about any person you admire is easy. Becoming that person is difficult. So that's the most important. It's a place where you transform. See, dream eventually will make you a better person. Trust me, any dream you take. I can give you a story of my own childhood. I was not very good in studies, okay? My studies passion came long time later. I was born in 1978, but my study passion developed close to, I remember it was 1995. My passion towards study got developed. I started reading, not 95 also, 94 rather. 94 I got a passionate teacher. I developed my passion to read. From there I started reading. I went to IIT. And there, in between there was a lot of wasteland. There was a lot of fear. And I'll talk about it in some other day. In between there was a wasteland of 5 to 6 years of lot of preparation, zero results. Lot of fear, zero results. All these things I've gone through to clear my IIT exam. Then, so a wasteland is nothing but a preparation ground for your dream. Alright? You must come to a level of impossibility, and I'll tell you, as a matter of fact, I'll recommend you one book. It is the book, it has 25 autobiographies of IIM entrepreneurs. The book is by a very famous author, Rasmi Bansal. Very small, thin book. It is written, every story is less than 10 to 15 pages. Very nice book. The book's name is Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish. Don't worry, in the last that I've given it. In that, I have read a lot of books, and everybody, including MakeMyTrip.com, I'll talk about some techie term for you. MakeMyTrip.com. There was a time after 4 to 5 years of effort, they could not make 1 rupee, and they thought time has come to close this venture. And every time it happens, the owner says, no, I am not going to close. I will make it happen. And they eventually make it work. And until you go to that phase of really crying and falling down to your knees and thank you, God, man, where the heck am I stuck? Is it the right thing for me? That is the time God opens the door for you. To be honest, that's how you go. And trust me, most of us do not handle that far. Most of us give up on their dream either after 6 months, or some of them give up their dream after 1 year. They will give up. But if you can handle, so I'll give you some examples of wasteland. This is something which is very important. I wrote an interview of, there was an article in, even search in Google, you can find it out, around Infosys. The article was around Infosys. So this is the line which Gopalakrishnan is using in his interview. He said, we had nothing to show to the world after 8 years of starting our venture. Whereas our classmates who started with us, they had big houses, big cars. Now this is for you, Gopalakrishnan. And today I think he might be billionaire because Infosys is a big company and he's a co-founder of that. Second thing, and in this exactly I wrote in the collapse of the KSA joint venture led Infosys to its first crisis. The company was on the verge of collapse. This is, I think, after 10 years. After 10 years, they started the venture. The company was at the verge of collapse. One of the founder partners, Ashok Arora, was dejected with the way the company was going and he decided to quit. I told you, right? Until you go to a phase of quitting, you cannot get success. Ashok Arora quit, and 1 year from now, that got listed in NASDAQ. That's the success. And that's the time Narendra Modi wanted Ashok Arora quit. You know what Narendra Modi said? He said, if you all want to leave, there's a line exactly what Murthy told. If you all want to leave, you can, but I am going to stick with it and make it happen. That is the wasteland for you folks. Most of us assume success in overnight. Let me tell you, you will never get overnight success. If you are getting overnight success, probably it is not a big thing to achieve, to be honest. Because big things cannot come in one day. They say, right, there's the saying, Rome was not built in a day. That's what I mean. Another wasteland. Give you a few more examples of wasteland. I'm sure you might have used this Velcro. Some of you who do not know Velcro, you see the shoes, right? They have, one is a sponge, some sort of thing, there's a hook and there's a lock. You just stick it and you open, it opens like that, right? Simple product. Search in Google, you'll find the Velcro history. It took them 20 years of struggle before launching Velcro. Another wasteland, 20 years of wasteland, okay? Sylvester Stallone, I mean, it's one of the biggest actor in Hollywood. He has made really good movies like Rocky, and there's a lot of interesting story around him. So he was once, the exact line I have written, I was just going through the interview, he was rejected to get a role in the movie Godfather. Not on that much, he took a side role. In one of the movies, he says the exact line of Sylvester Stallone was this: I couldn't even get a cast as an Italian. Okay, I couldn't even get a cast as an Italian. I'll never forget. There is a party scene, and there were 300 guests. They said no. I said, what part of me don't pass the Italian identification aspect? And he was Italian, and they did not give a single role. In that role, there were 300 people. He would just have to stand, and he did not got even that proposal. How many years he struggled, you have no idea, folks, before launching Rocky. One last example which I wanted to give you about Wasteland was Lijjat Papad. Now, Lijjat Papad is a known name in India, okay? That got started in 1985, the first time, 1959. They got started in 1959. They got a tangible success which people can recognize in 1985. How many years of Wasteland, folks? How many years? 1959 to 1985 is 26 years. 26 years of hard work. Can you imagine what we're talking about? One generation can pass by, folks. That is why it is easy to talk about Narendra Modi. It is easy to talk about Sachin Tendulkar. It is easy to talk about every other guy. But it is the most difficult thing to do if you at all want to do something great in your life. Very easy to talk. Very difficult to do. Why? Because you have to go through a wasteland of 20 years, 10 years, 5 years based on your work and based on the project you are trying to get. And that's what most of people can't handle, because most of us want to get success now. If you can handle this wasteland, you know what is going to happen? The last phase, the most important phase. If you can handle this wasteland, initially you get small successes. So the rescue from the wasteland is, how do you rescue yourself from the wasteland? Because you cannot get overnight success. No matter how smart you are, no matter how talented you are, success will take its own time. Only way to come out of this is faith in your dream. You have to have a faith in your dream, faith in yourself. And most important, there has to be a desire to make a difference. If it's just to make some money to make a living, trust me, you cannot handle wasteland. Little bit rejection, you are out of the match. Because if you're just thinking about yourself, you will come out of the match very soon. But if you have a desire to make an impact in the society or something great you want to do, then only you'll fight for that 5 years or 10 years or 15 years of wasteland. Otherwise, you are not going to fight for a wasteland. And the last most important thing, immediate success. Intermediate success you will get, okay? So after wasteland, what will happen in intermediate? I showed some names, some of you might not know. I will educate you about them. Some of you already know. Intermediate success, you might have seen a lot of people who got small success and they vanished. One of them, if you follow Bollywood song, there was a very famous singer at our time. His name was Altaf Raja. And he was quite popular. Every tea shop, every bus stand, his only song was running. Where is this guy today? Do you even know him? I don't think so anybody is aware. I have not listened to his song. Anything after that one song, Tum To Thehre Pardesi. After that I have never heard his song. This guy was so popular. Where is he now? I don't know. Second, in our time, I was in the college days, so I remember these songs very well because they were so closely attached to me. These songs. Another actor, another singer was Kamal Khan. Now, who is Kamal Khan? Most of you will not know. But let me educate you. Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya, the most favorite movie of college days at that time. I'm around 98, I think. He was the singer of the title song. Not title song, it was a Oh Jane Jana song. A very popular song of that time. Where is he today? I don't see him anymore. Small success, they are out. If I talk about cricket, all of you know this famous cricketer Vinod Kambli. He couldn't stay successful for a longer period of time. Irfan Pathan, great talented guy. Today I think he works as a coach. He couldn't handle the playing tenure like Tendulkar. That's what I want to say. So intermediate success, all of you will get. And after intermediate success, you will face your giants. And that's where all this small success, people let it go. What is the giants? So when you become successful, till now, let me just recap everything for you so that we understand where we came from, what we did. So first, I'll just try to make it very simple, short summary. We started, all of us have an aspiration. And our aspirations can never be accomplished by our current scenario, current skill set, current expertise, and current situations. It cannot happen. It means your dreams are always away from you. Wherever you're standing today, your dreams are far ahead from you. And there's no way you can see the dream. I have jotted down 5 different steps you'll go through. The first step you said was in your dream always will be a comfort zone. What is comfort zone? It is a cozy quilt you have created around you. You are comfortable, you have a routine, you have set life, you go to office set, you have, or let's say you have traditional business, you are set with it, you go and open a shop every day morning, your life is comfortable, you are set around it. That's your comfort zone. And your aspirations, your dreams cannot be in that comfort zone. Then I talk about also that lot of the fake assumption, fatal assumption around dream, that I don't have a dream, I have to invent a dream, and my age is not good or whatever. I don't have resources. That's how we started with the comfort zone around. Once you can somehow pass on the comfort zone, the biggest challenge will come is you'll have a borderland. And borderland is nothing. You're trying to seek the comfort zone of your inner circle. Who are those inner circle? Parents, siblings, best friends, children's, your current situations. They are your borderland bullies. Because once you're trying to break your comfort zone, you're not trying to break their comfort zone. Breaking your comfort zone was so difficult, so breaking their comfort zone is next to impossible. So what they will do, they'll try to stop you. So they'll say, no, it's not possible. I know you from childhood. It cannot be done. This has never been done in the history of the world. This is not possible. This is not worth it. They will give you all those sort of gans. Nothing wrong in that. They're actually trying to do for your best. If they don't ask this question, actually you will never get clarity about your dream. And I remember whenever anybody start a venture, irrespective of IT company, irrespective of anything you start, you will go through the same cycle. Once you cross that, most of us think we'll get success just like that. But problem is, right after that, there will be a terrific best friend for you is known as wasteland. Rather than getting success, you will now face the mud. You thought, man, I will not tear apart. Forget tearing apart. You are tore down yourself. You are not getting anything. And that wasteland can last from 2 years to 5 years to 10 years based on how big is your dream. And in that, I gave you certain examples of Narayan Murthy. I gave you that Infosys was not built overnight. First 10 years, they could not pay a single rupee. I gave you an example of Sylvester Stallone. I gave you an example of Vijay Papad. I gave you an example of a lot of other things also. I gave a couple of more examples. So it means nobody got success overnight. And once you get this small success, then after you cross the wasteland, all of you will get small success. Why? Because now you God rewards you. And those small success, I gave you 4 examples. One was of Kamal Khan, one was of Altaf Raja, one was of Vinod Kambli, one was of Irfan Pathan. They were all successful at one point in time, but only for a small duration. Then they came out of it. Why? Because they lost the purpose. And that's where the last phase of your dream will come. If you want to become mega successful. When I say mega successful, I'm talking about somebody who will create history in the world, who will impact the world, who is going to create a revolution in the world. I'm talking about that sort of. Now, if you believe you are not the next one, trust me, you are in a comfort zone. If you believe you are not capable, you are in a comfort zone. I don't believe in it because I don't believe there's a difference between Dhirubhai Ambani or you sitting in this right now and observing this channel. I don't believe you are so different than Steve Jobs. I don't believe you are different than Narayan Murthy. I believe each one of us are born for greatness. Only thing is, will you get some borderline boosters around you? So borderline bullies are there. If you are lucky, this is the only place where luck can help you. You can get some border boosters. If you can get, you are done. And the last thing is giants. If you get small success, why people stop after small success? Now small success can be for me my IIT degree. Once I got into IIT degree, I could have thought, man, this is the best and nothing else is needed for me. That is a small success. But I chose to become uncomfortable. Greed, arrival syndrome. What is arrival syndrome? Now I am successful. I don't want to do anything, learn on new things. What happens? I'll tell you after. The moment you get into arrival syndrome, your success is stopped. Why? Because the way the world is changing today, I can tell you, in 1970s, long-term plan was 10 years or 15 years. Today, long-term plans are of 2 years. In 1970s, short-term plans were of 5 years. Today, short-term plans are of 6 months. The world is changing at a rapid pace. If you're into arrival syndrome, God only can save you. Obviously, we are arrogant. So when I was from IIT, I said, man, I'm a big shot guy. I should be now gifted success. I forgot success you have to earn. There's nothing like gift. You have to earn it. The most important dangerous thing is been there, done that. They always talk about the past success. I have done this, I have done that. Question, what are you doing now? That's the biggest question mark. And for that, I can give you a live example. BlackBerry and Nokia, been there, done that. They were very successful company of mobile. But what happened? Samsung came and overtake them. All good companies came and overtake them. They stopped growing. Resistance to change. And by the way, this entire talk was inspired by this book. If you want to get the entire detail of this all terms, you should read this book. I am inspired by this author. It's an amazing book. Bruce Wilkinson's book, Dream Giver, and I gave you 4 more references which can help you to achieve some of your dream. One of them, Magic of Thinking Big. By the way, let me tell you, I am not the author. I don't get any money when you buy these books. But it's always good. If I have read something, I have become successful out of it. Why not pass it on to you? Stay hungry, stay foolish. Think and grow rich. E-Myth Revisited, Michael Gerber. So what next? What is the purpose? Next is this. Let me ask you last 4-5 questions right now. Do you want to live a life of choices? If you answer first initial question was, are you living a life of a choice? Then nothing to worry. If you want to live a life of choice and presently you don't have, we have a solution for you. Do you want an association to handle your wasteland? As I told you, right? You'll go through wasteland. Not 1 year, not 2 years. You may go for 10 years also. That point in time, trust me, nobody in this world can hold your hand except few borderline boosters. Now, if you have a spouse like that, I was blessed to have a spouse like that. Gitika is my best friend in the world who holded my hand tight during my tough phases. If you get one such person in life, you are really blessed. I was blessed. I had a great spouse. I'm blessed that I don't have too much of border bullies around because people did not stop me much. But I had my own share. But these two people helped me like crazy. Third thing, do you need mentorship? Let's say if you as of now don't have anybody in your life who can handle you in your wasteland, do you need mentorship? Think. Fourth most important, are you willing to learn and grow? If not, forget it. Last thing, do you have a desire to make a difference in the world? I repeat again, these 4 questions. Do you want to live a life of your choice? Do you want an association to handle your wasteland? I've already defined the wasteland. Do you need mentorship? Are you looking for some mentors who can help you succeed in life? Are you willing to learn and grow? And the last point was, do you have a desire to make a difference? If yes, then we have our mentorship team. You know what is my biggest achievement in my last 11 years of entrepreneurship? My biggest achievement is not that I came out of job. My biggest achievement is today. I have created a legacy for my generation. I found mentors. Now I have helped create a lot of mentors. As a matter of fact, the list of mentors, some of the mentors, not the exhaustive list. I have more than 50 plus people whom I have trained personally who are today creating an impact in the society. To name few, let me tell you few of the name. The first person I have named is Hitendra and Leena. They are one of those tremendous corporate career, but along with that having a huge business and they help a lot of people. Another mentor is Anand and Salini. Again, having a terrific IT background, have worked for more than 20 plus years. Then we have Sunita and Sanjay in NCR. They have again huge businesses, very successful in corporate world in their own. She was a teacher, by the way, having successful teaching professor, and along with that, she has set up a huge business. Santosh and Amita, he was a corporate head. He was already running his own company as company head. 25 years of corporate experience, was always having a busy schedule, but he got a dream one day from our team and he started living a life of significance. Then we have a lot of other people in our team. Vishal and Prachal, he's an alumni of IIT Delhi. Then we have Akshay and Seema, alumni of NIT Jaipur and as well as IISc Bangalore. Then we have Siddharth and Rasmi, again 20 plus years of corporate experience, Omkar and Anju. Then we have a lot of other people like Brajesh and Shruti, petroleum engineering background, have close to 10 years of experience. We have Vidit and Sunanda, who have close to 20 years of experience. Then we have Radhabran Pragati in Bhubaneswar. He's alumni of IIT Kharagpur, having close to 20 plus years of experience. Similarly, we have huge team. I mean, I can just name and name. But the question is not that. Then we have Jagan Numa from IIT Kharagpur and NIT Kurukshetra. We have Hemant Rupali from VJTI. And then obviously we have Vishwanath and Netra and Srikant and Revati from IIT Madras. There's a few of the mentors I've told about, and they are gem of a person. I can tell you, if you can get hand hold of any of this person in your life, I can assure you, your future is secure. Why? They are the people who do not talk about Narendra Modi. They are the people who do not talk about Sachin Tendulkar. They are the people who are doing something in their life significant along with their job, and they are willing to handhold you. So if you're really serious about your future, you can, most importantly, I can tell you, subscribe to our channel. What can you do right now? You're on the YouTube channel right now. Subscribe. There's a subscribe button below. You can subscribe it. By the way, next webinar already scheduled for 30th of August. Block your calendar. And I have researched on this topic that why most of the talented people do not succeed, whereas successful people are ordinary people. How come? God has gifted talent. I know a lot of people who are really talented. If you see success, let's say out of 100, 80 successful people are ordinary people and 20 are talented. So first, obviously, what these talented people do who become successful, whereas 80% ordinary talented people don't succeed, why not? So I have researched on this topic. I have researched for more than 10 years on this topic. And I am going to do 2 webinars on this because it's a huge topic to cover in 1 hour or 45 minutes. So next will be this. So don't forget to tune on this because this can impact you and our mission is to help you become successful. So stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, and most important thingly, I'll end you with a thought. The last most important, I'll end you with this thought today. When was the last time you became uncomfortable? I repeat again, when was the last time you became